Hello everyone, welcome to Divine Debut. Thank you for being here. Oh, it's been so amazing. Thank you so much. The views have been over the top. I am totally thrilled with the comments that I have been receiving. I am so humbled and so extremely happy at all of you and the way that you have been giving back the love that I've been giving to you so long. It's been almost 3 years. Almost 3 years, and we've come a long way. I want to thank each and every one of you for your emails, your love, your kind words, and I cannot stress that enough. I feel as though I've received my Christmas presents already. Seriously, I'm so happy. Thank you, thank you. I would like to say that today is the 15th of November, and as usual, I am running late. This is like, it's past the stage of being silly, and I know it's crazy. So times have been crazy. You know, we've been through such hardship. This year has been really tough with Mars retrograding where it was for months. Like it was, in a difficult spot. The energies just in general, and I'm not going to go into the astrology at the beginning of the readings. I will put a small section, the end part of the video will be the astrology part. For those of you that are interested, can stay on and watch the rest of the video. For those astrology lovers out there, I will speak a little bit about that, but not in the beginning of the video because there's a lot of people that want to watch the tarot. So it's the 15th today, 15th of November 2018, and these readings are love in general for the mid-month to the end of the month, okay, of November. I am going to be doing the extended readings. Instead of uploading them on Vimeo, from now until Christmas, I will be uploading these videos on YouTube. Just so you know, this is me giving back to you. I'm almost at 40,000 subscribers. So thank you so much again. So there's going to be a part 1, part 2. The part 1 will be the divine spread. Okay, with the hidden messages, the divine messages, and the karma dharma messages. I will be taking one card from the Black Moon astrology cards, 1 or 2, all right, for each sign in the first part. And I'm also using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot, which I have. It's a new deck, and I'm so happy to use it on these readings, okay, by Ciro Marchetti. Now, all the rest of the cards that I'm using, I will put the list in the description box below. So, in the second part, which is the free second part of your reading, which, as I said, would normally be on Vimeo, you're getting it for free. And before I forget, I would like to wish Sagittarius a happy birthday, even though we're still in the time of Scorpio for a few more days. Happy birthday if it is your birthday, and happy solar return. Happy birthday, dear Sagittarius. It's your turn. The sun is coming into your sign, and you are blessed by Jupiter, your ruler. So this is going to be a very special birthday for you. Again, thank you all for your love and your commitment to my channel. Okay, let's go on to the readings now. And please don't forget to share, to like, subscribe, and comment. That keeps my channel going, and it is very important. All right, so thank you again. Part 1, here we are. Hello, dear Gemini. Welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you. Thank you for being here. This is your mid-month till end of month of November 2018 general and love reading. It is the Divine Spread. Just letting you know that I will be extending this reading. There will be a number 2. It's for free. From now until Christmas, I will be uploading 2 parts for each sign, with the extended part being the second. So please watch number 1 first, the normal reading for your sign, sun, moon, and rising if you want. And after that, you can watch the extended reading. For those of you who go on to number 2, to the extended part first, you're missing out on details. So I would advise that you watch this part of the video first. Let's see, with Venus having going direct, dear Gemini, what's happening for you. Venus is love and money and everything that we love or value. Venus can be projects that we are taking on. Venus is anything beautiful. She is still in Libra, so she's gone direct about a day ago, but Mercury's gone retrograde. So be careful with communications. Mercury is your ruler, as well as Virgo's ruler, so make sure that you go over the details. Any short distance travel, be careful with bookings, your itinerary, wherever you're going. Check and recheck, as well as, things tend to break down while Mercury's in retrograde. It will be lasting for about 3 weeks, so we're almost out of the retrograde season of personal planets. So the nodes have also changed from Leo Aquarius into North Node Cancer, South Node Capricorn. So we're focusing for the next 18 months on family and career. As well as that, I'd like to just mention that once the reading is finished here, the astrology section is at the end of the video. So if you're interested in astrology, you love to learn things about roughly what's going on, I just slightly go over where each planet is. So stick around if you want to see that as well. So I'm going to shuffle one more time. For Gemini, Karma, Dharma, message, spirit guides and angels. What are they working with? November, mid to end. We've got Temperance, which is the card of Sagittarius here, which is a beautiful healing energy. Let me take the cards for you, but I'd like to say that Sagittarius is where Jupiter is at the moment. It is its own home, so Jupiter is blessing everyone with its expansion, growth, luck, and fortune. So if you are dealing with a Sagittarian person, could be someone that is of a foreign background. Sagittarius is also related to higher education, philosophy, truth. And it is the house of teachings and education, of course, goes either way. Let's take the cards and see what's happening for Gemini. Gemini and November, mid to end of November 2018. At the base of your reading is the Four of Cups. And I'm using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. What is hidden from your eyes is the Three of Cups, what you don't know, that is. So this is like the hidden message that I'm giving you. In the recent past, we've got the Star, the card of Aquarius this is. In the present position, we have the Two of Coins, crowning your reading, and your goal is the King of Swords, and this would be an Aquarian, I would say. or he's just taking on the persona, the traits of an air sign, if this is not an air sign. Your action to take and your advice is the Five of Wands. The outcome for you, dear Gemini, is the King of Cups. Okay, so we're choosing between two different people. We've got the King of Cups here, which would be a water sign. I don't have a particular water sign here, so I'm going to say Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy here. The King of Swords could be Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. This could be your energy as well. So some of you are actually choosing between two partners. Others of you, you are just taking on the persona of the King of Swords, and your partner is the King of Cups. Let's see what's in the divine position and what's happening planetarily for you. Oh my God, we've got the Ten of Swords. There is some sort of an ending happening here. Okay, those of you that are choosing between, you're closing the door. You're choosing between two people. You're obviously closing the door, I would say, on an Aquarian, more than likely, and it could be sun, moon, or rising. Now, if it's not Aquarius, it's another air sign. Could be Gemini and Libra as well. But the King of Swords, I don't know if this is you or this is your partner. The King of Swords is someone who severs ties as well. So it could go either way. It's you or your partner. Let's take a Black Moon Astrology card for you. Spirit guides and angels for Gemini. More clarity. What are they dealing with? Gemini. And we've got Aquarius. I know. I was just saying Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a fixed sign. They can be quite fixed on their ideas. It does say I know. Yes, Aquarius has got a lot of knowledge. They're usually very progressed with technology, with anything that is new, anything that is done in a different way. They like to stand out in the crowd. They like to do things differently. Excuse me. They are ruled by Uranus. And Uranus is the rebel. Uranus is also, it does deal with the nervous system. So you may feel, if this is someone that you are dealing with, you may feel a little bit nervous, dear Gemini, even though they are an air sign just like you. There may be a slight nervousness around them. You feel tension when you're with them. You don't feel comfortable. Now, looking at this card here, I'm noticing the wings on this person. So this person is thinking of severing the ties and flying away. When I say flying away, it means that they're moving away, okay? So for everyone, it's going to be different. This is a general reading. We've got the King of Swords and we've got the King of Cups here in the outcome position. So this would be your future partner. King of Cups is a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, someone who has got an open heart. Now, maybe for one or two of you, it could be that this King of Cups is the same person, but they could be at some stage reacting just like the King of Swords, and that is speaking their truth, having stepped back and being colder than usual. These two kings are very different in the way that they come across. One is with an open heart, the other one is closed up, cold, looks at the facts only, does the math, and does not worry about feelings. Now, with the card of Aquarius here, and Aquarius is all about friendship. It's all about being part of a group and an association, being part of a group but doing things differently. Now we've got number 23 here, which 23 does break down to, it is a 5, yes, a number of conflict, but also 23 on the hour clock is an 11, right? So 11s speak of change. Aquarius says, I know, that is their motto, that is how they are described. They know, they've got knowledge, they're geniuses, they've got a very sharp mind, and they use it. They're very intellectual. Now there is common ground with you. You being Gemini, you're very intellectual and very intelligent as well. And you're both sort of on the same plane, but Aquarius is a little bit more out of this world. Like their thought process is very progressed. So Gemini is a little bit, they are the twin, don't forget. So it's as though there's two people that are trying to find the common ground. Okay, so now with your ruler being retrograde, I don't feel that your strength is in your brain, in your intellect for the next 3 weeks. So I believe that if there is an intellectual difference, an opinion, they've got the upper hand. Unfortunately, it's not going to be easy trying to talk this person out of something or into something. If they've made up their mind, that's it. As I said, fixed energy. So now Mars has just moved into Pisces. It's finally left Aquarius after so long. So Mars is taking a bit of a breather in Pisces. As I'm doing this reading, the moon is right on top of Neptune. So a lot of difficult veils in our face. Neptune is getting ready to turn direct, which will be those rose-colored glasses will be coming off. And that's going to happen in about 6 days, 8 days. And today is actually the 17th of November. So around the 25th, Neptune goes direct. So the moon will have moved off there. So whatever has been mystical, hidden, and unseen, because Pisces is the house that we can't see, is the 12th house. Things will be coming to light. It will be like the switch is turned on, the light goes on, and we can see more clearly. Now, there's a lot of spirituality, strong intuition right now. Very strong intuition. Pay attention to your dreams. It's a very important time for dreaming and receiving messages through the divine and through the mystical plane. So if you see something and you're awake, please jot it down, because usually we forget. We forget when we wake up in the morning at what we've seen. So let's go on to the reading. We've got 4 of Cups at the foundation. So 4s always speak of home and family. Now, in this deck, we've got the Ace of Cups in the sky. He's actually staring at it. He's having a good look. He's thinking, pondering, do I accept that cup, which is coming from above, from a higher source? What do I do? It's either that, or he's either fantasizing about that cup coming through. Now, if an offer has come through, you're really thinking about it. You're really pondering on whether to accept it. You have been at a point of celebration, and now there is a new offer that's coming through. And this would be, and we've got the 3 of Cups here in the hidden position. So this would mean that there is a celebration that he has not noticed, because he's focusing on the Ace. The 3 of Cups are down the bottom. So I don't know if he realizes that they're there. Whatever the case, his mind is on the Ace. So these 3 of Cups here could be saying that, and we've got 3 and 3 here, let's say, so that would add up to 6. Could you be dealing with someone from the past? Could someone from the past be coming back And that's going to be a major celebration. We've got the Three of Cups in the hidden position. Now, with all these musical instruments here, music is Taurus, harmony, right? Things that are beautiful, things that are a situation where there's been, here this card is a situation where there's been, or there's going to be, and you have no idea about it, there's going to be some sort of a party, I would say, some sort of a get-together. And cups are all about our emotions, so something wonderful is going to happen at some sort of a gathering, a party, a musical festival, whatever you're doing, where there is music, live music, I would say more than likely. Some sort of a celebration is ahead. Now, as I said, cups are all about emotions. So could you be interacting with this King of Cups? Could there be something happening with this King of Cups? He is holding that fourth cup. We've got the Four of Cups here. So could this offer be coming around again? He's holding that cup. Could this offer be coming around whilst you're at the party? We shall see. In the recent past, we have the Star card, and this is a card of hope, healing, anything to do with socializing, being with other people, communication through the internet, through social media. The Star is also something at a distance, something or someone. This could be communicating with someone who is at a distance, and you are communicating through email, text, social media, let's say. Okay, so be careful with communications. There could be miscommunications, so keep that in mind. Now, the present position is the Two of Pentacles, so this is a juggling act which you are handling quite well at the moment. You look as though you're very busy. Now, some of you are trying to decide. You're deciding that you need to let go of one of these pentacles, because how long can you be doing this for, correct? So you seem as though you're doing pretty well. You're quite familiar with doing this now. Juggling two things at once, work, home, family, two jobs, and also trying to decide between two people. So for those of you that are trying to decide between two people, there may have been some sort of cutting away, some sort of getting away from. We've got Ten of Swords here. So I feel that there has been something that has happened. And I would say this is dealing with your intellect. Something has come to an ending for you intellectually. I mean, this says that you're intellectually dead, right? That's it. There is no more processing, using your mind. If you look at this person, he's in such hardship here that it's just too much. It's just too much. There is just too much pain here. Now, these could be thoughts. They could be words. If this is your energy here, then you've obviously reacted in this way. Like, it's not something, I don't feel as though it's something that you've wanted to do. You're not doing it on purpose. You're not trying to hurt someone on purpose, but it feels as though with this King of Swords, you're not gelling intellectually. You're not on the same page. So I feel as though there is 10 swords here and there's one here. which make it 11. 11 is the number of Libra. Libra is all about trying to find the balance, but it also deals with the seventh house of partnership. So if this is in relation to a committed partnership, a relationship, or even, let's say a long-term relationship, it looks as though there's been some sort of a deception here. Someone has overstepped their boundaries, and with the Ten of Swords, the 10 does break down to the 1. So the truth will prevail. That's what I was looking for. Now I'm looking at the card, and because this is the divine position, it's the divine position. Now this is usually the darkest before the dawn. The worst has come. The worst has come, and then the day after, the sun comes through again. So the worst is over. That's what this card says in this position. And it's really going to be very important to see what does this really mean when I take some more cards. Now this air sign, whoever this is, okay, when I'm looking at the reading down like this, he's at the crowning position, at the goal position, looking downwards. In relation to this party, there is some sort of an ending, some sort of a backstabbing. Now this could be gossip as well, gossiping behind people's back, and the news may be coming through about gossip, words that have been spoken. It looks as though it's the divine purpose for the news to come through, because 10s bring completion. Something has got to complete. In the advice and the action to take, we've got the 5 of Wands. Another difficult card, not as difficult as the 10 of Swords, but this is like 5 people not being on the same page. This could be a family situation, and they seem quite brutal. They're really into it. So could it have anything to do with gossip, where family is involved and news comes through that it puts everyone in turmoil? There's arguments here. There's arguments. Looking down this way, we've got the 2 of Pentacles, which says he's trying to make a decision. What do I do? Do I move forward? Do I throw those swords? Do I dump the swords? What do I do with the swords? He's looking very, very thoughtful here. Now, if this is information that someone may know, they're wondering whether they should speak of the information that they already know. And this is Pentacles, so it could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So it's as though they're juggling, and we've also got Temperance has got 2 cups here as well, trying to alchemize, bring in the healing. Now, this is the card of Temperance. It's, as I said, Sagittarius. It is the divine. It is preparing something different that needs to come through. Now, temper yourself, Gemini. I know how hard it is. This card here, this is your Dharma. It's telling you that don't worry, we're looking after you. We are here for you. These are the angels. Okay, something is happening behind the scenes which you don't know of. Now, you need to keep the faith. Sagittarius is all about keeping the faith. Believe. So there is a lot of fire here in this card. Could there be a disagreement with a Sag? If you're dealing with someone who's got strong Sagittarius, or it could be just someone that's at a distance, because Sagittarius is foreign places and people. Now, if this is business, it looks as though there is some sort of a deception between the 2 partners. If you're in partnership, let's say. There is some sort of a backstabbing, again, gossiping, going around, office politics where there's gossip. And I feel as though with the deception happening here, someone is leaving the scene. Okay, so Aquarius says, I know. Could Aquarius, if you're dealing with an Aquarian, could they already have the knowledge? What knowledge am I talking about? The knowledge of the Ten of Swords. That will be interesting. Now, the King of Cups is someone who's got an open heart. They're there for you. This is a new love partner. If you're dealing with a King of Swords, he's not open to love. He's as cold as can be. He's ready to fly away. He's ready to take off. He wants to be by himself. He wants to be the Aquarian. He's a Mr. Know-it-all. He knows everything. So he doesn't need others preaching to them. They already have the knowledge that they need. Okay, so that's the attitude I get from the King of Swords, especially with this Black Moon Astrology card. Now, I said that 23 adds up to a 5. We've got another 5 here. 5s are always something, you know, it's the energy that something comes through for a change. So they are happening because there needs to be some sort of a change here. Um, 7, 8. Now, if we count the amount of cups we've got in the reading, Temperance has got 2, plus 3 is 5, plus 4 is 9, plus the 10th cup is in the hands of the King of Cups. So this is someone who would make you happy on all fronts. This is someone who would bring you emotional bliss. Now, you could have strong water in your sign as well, but I feel as though this is a partner. These are 2 different people. For most of you, these are 2 different people. But sometimes we can always take the energy of another element. We may feel fiery today, and we show up as wands. Tomorrow we're not feeling happy. We're showing up as the King of Swords, very cold and aloof, and having taken a step back, minding our heart, protecting our heart. So for most of you, I do believe that this is 2 different people. So let's go on to the next part of the reading, and I'm going to take a lot more cards there. So enjoy that. For those of you who want to stay on to the astrology, do so. For the rest of you, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. You are so appreciated. Thank you, thank you. I'll see you on the other video. Stay blessed. Okay, for you astrology lovers, a little bit on that. Okay, so November 15th, we've actually got Mars that enters into Pisces. Wow, interesting, eh? After so long that Mars has been in Aquarius, like, I don't know, for 4 or 5 months. And that's incredible. Finally, the Martian, which is full of fire and passion and, the driving force. It's our will, it's our energy. It actually moves into Pisces, Mars does, which Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? So Aries, Mars is nearly at home. When it moves into Aries, it will be in its home sign. So Mars has been through a lot of difficulty through Aquarius because it went through, it was on the South Node. It went through difficult squares with Uranus. It was at a very, very difficult time in its transit. And it's happy because it's happier than being in Aquarius because, Aquarius is an air sign. So fire and air do mean explosion, look at the worldly news. Look at what's happened in the past 4 or 5 months. Look at your own personal life. Like on the collective front, it's been really hard for people. As well as that, on our own lives, in our own lives, it's been like really, really tough. It's like there's been a lot of trouble, a lot of changes happening. People have had like one day good, the next day it's like downhill. I see it in, people that are around me in their lives. Same with me. I mean, we're all going through the same energies. So Mars, as I said, moving into Pisces. Pisces is a water sign, so Mars slows down there. It's like putting something that's on fire, let's say a torch, put it in water. It's like putting out the fire. There is no, it's difficult to move through because Pisces is murky. It's like watery, it's unclear. It's very loving. Of course, Pisces has got a lot of love to give. It's the divine love. But Mars being there, it's like its energy is slowed down. It's like taking a break. It's as though it's taken drugs. Mars has taken drugs. It's drugged out and it's like going with the flow. It's lost its energy though. Think about it. What else? Okay. Let's see what's next. We've got Venus direct on the 16th of November. Don't forget, she's still in her shadow period. Even though it's all systems go, she's actually moving over the degrees. She's at 25 degrees, right? When she goes direct. She's at 25 degrees and she's still in Libra, which is her own home. So she's very happy there. She's very happy to move direct too. So from 25 degrees, she will be slowly and not long to go before she moves into into Scorpio, and that will be in 2.5 weeks. So yeah, once she gets to the 10 degrees of Scorpio, that will be when her shadow period ends. So it is all systems go, but she's still sort of it's as though she's working on the last details of, we're working on the last details of what we perceive as, something that is adorable, beautiful, something that we love, anything that is of value to us, anything to do with love and money, and our value system. So very positive that she's moving direct. It's great. And being in Libra, it's the house of partnership. So we are still talking about finding our balance. We're hoping to find our balance. We're going to be able to be, just like Libra, trying to find the balance and being there for others. Because Libra is other people. It's the house of partnership, right? Whether it's family, business, or romance. Now, on the same day, like tomorrow, Mercury goes retrograde. So it's like Venus finishes, Mercury begins. So we're not at the end of the retrograde season. Now, Mercury is not such a tragic retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde 3 or 4 times every year. It's just that Mercury deals with communications, right? Anything to do with communicating. Third house matters, which is siblings, neighbors, friends, being in a small group, anything to do with study as well. So anything electronic, anything that is driven, anything that you sit in and you drive it, be careful. There may be breakdowns. Be careful with looking at the details. You need to look over details again and again with Mercury retrograde. Because if you are, let's say, traveling, you've got, your flight, your itinerary, look over the details because there is big chance that there is some sort of a mistake. There could be delays, there could be cancellations, what have you. Now, Mercury is in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is it's the house of higher education. Mercury is ruled by the house opposite Sag, which is Gemini, right? So little Mercury being in huge Gemini, because in huge Sagittarius, Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter, is grand. It's big. It's enormous, you know. So little Mercury in there moving retrograde is going to be going through some difficult aspects with Neptune at the moment. Actually, in the next week, we've got a difficult square between Mercury and Neptune, and that speaks of confusion. So, yeah, be careful. Be careful with being confused. Neptune is in Pisces. It's very strong, even though it's retrograde, and we're wearing rose-colored glasses. I already feel the confusion the past couple of days, so the next week, still the same. Be careful with your details. Be careful with communications and not misunderstanding. And try and stay alert. Keep that left brain working. Do not go into disillusion and illusions with Neptune in Pisces can happen. Now, on the 22nd of November, the sun will enter Sagittarius. What a beautiful time. Happy birthday, Sagittarius, right? Happy, happy birthday. I was so happy to give you the best reading in the whole world. So happy to do that for you. So, the sun in Sagittarius, there's a lot of optimism. My God. There is a lot of clarity. What is the sun? The sun is the ruler of Leo. It's, as I said before, it's grand. And when the sun meets up with Jupiter, which won't be long, let me see. Okay, so in 1.6 weeks, so in about 10 days, the sun is conjunct Jupiter in Sagittarius. My God, wishes coming true. Anything to do with Sagittarius, which is foreign places, foreign cultures, higher education, spirituality, truth, freedom, exploration, exploring, going on that adventure. It's a time to go on an adventure. It's a time to travel. Now, with Mercury retrograde, know that it only lasts for about 3 weeks. So it does not take long. It's actually like 3 weeks, but then it will be in shadow just for a bit. Let's say I will tell you when it will be going direct. So in 3 weeks, which will be December the 7th, Mercury will be going direct. Yeah. So things will be back to normal. And that's fantastic. So communications, everything will come back to normal. Venus will be out of its shadow by then. It will be in Scorpio. So still deep Scorpio, hidden stuff. But that is still death and transformation, but in a very positive way, because Venus will be direct. So anything to do with intimacy as well. Very, Scorpios rules the sexual organs. This is like sex on fire. Sex on leg, how do we say it? Sex on legs, yeah. So now, 23rd of November, which is, 23rd is like 11. If you break it down, it's a number 11. Again, it's in the 11th month of the 11th year. So I'm saying that the full moon in Gemini, at the beginning of Gemini, is going to be amazing. Now, Gemini is all about, it's ruled by Mercury. Gemini is an air sign, so it's all about our intellect. It's all about communication, writing, reading, studying, siblings, neighbors, education, as well as short distance travel. Full moon is a completion, right? It's clarity, it's like an illumination. So with completions come new beginnings, correct? So it's at 0 degrees and 52 of Gemini, which is, it's actually on the cusp with Taurus. Now, the last full moon was in Taurus. Taurus is all about our values, what is near and dear to us, what we value, it's all about the comforts in our life. Taurus is it's earth. So it's all about putting in that hard work because it's the house of earned income. So working hard towards things that make you feel comfortable, right? So being right on the cusp of Taurus Gemini, it's all about the things that I just mentioned, like, anything to do with communication, also publicity, like publishing a book, anything that's been written. I think that people are going to look at this time as very important because, as I said, Gemini is logic. Gemini is the left brain. It's a very intellectual sign. So our intellect will be very, very important at this time. And anything that deals with that left brain, logic, anything to do with logic. All right, 24th of November, Neptune goes direct. So we've got so many things happening. Neptune direct, those rose-colored glasses are coming off. Neptune is in Pisces. It's at 13 degrees, almost 14 degrees of Pisces. So moving direct, Pisces is the divine love. Pisces is the completion of a cycle. It's the last sign of the zodiac. Now, Pisces is also a water sign. So, as I said, with Neptune moving direct, even though Pisces is also, it's a very dark house. It's the occult. It's things that are hidden. The positive thing with Neptune moving direct is that those glasses will come off. We will be able to see through the veil. So anything that has been disillusioning for you, if you've been stuck in an illusion, if you've been drugging yourself out because the energies have been so difficult, it's actually time to cut down on those drugs, see things clearly, right? And just go with the flow, because Pisces is it's, as I said, it's the divine love. It's giving everything to the world. And I think that it is time for, with Neptune moving direct and in its own home sign, we've got Jupiter direct in its home sign. We've got Venus at that stage, obviously direct in its home sign still. This is like incredible. It really is. Now, the moon, while I'm doing this, is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the rebel. The moon is our emotions. So not being so emotional, I would say, because Aquarius is like, they break down, they rebel against things that don't work for them, right? So with the moon moving through Aquarius, it's like detaching from our emotions. It's like using, again, our intellect, because all air signs are intellectual, more than what our heart space is. So it's detaching from anything that is difficult emotionally. Now, the moon is also home. It's our mother as well. So this is like detaching, like cutting that umbilical cord, I would say, and breaking free from anything that has been tying you, holding you hostage to some sort of an obligation. Could be a family obligation, could be anything to do with home, your roots, anything like that. So what have I not mentioned so I can finish the astrology part of this reading? Okay, well, Pluto is direct in Capricorn at 19 degrees. Saturn is at 6 degrees. It's starting to get closer and closer to Pluto. Saturn, of course, is very strong. Yeah, I didn't mention that. Saturn is in its own home sign of Capricorn, very, very strong. And with the nodes having shifted into Cancer, Capricorn, Cancer is the North Node, South Node is in Capricorn. It's a very Capricornian time for the next year and a half. Now, Cancer is the home, the family, the roots, the mother. Capricorn is our status in the world, it's being the authority, it's putting in that hard work, standing strong, becoming the elder. So that's the axis we will be working through. This is our soul's purpose for the next 18 months. Anything to do with career, which is Capricorn, and home, which is Cancer. So I think I will leave it at that. When I have time, I will upload more astrology on Vimeo. I will let you know about it. I'm really struggling with time at the moment. The only thing that I did not mention is that the sun is still at 22 degrees of Scorpio. It's finishing up its cycle in Scorpio, and it will be moving into Sag, right, very soon, as well as Chiron at 28 degrees of Pisces. It's still in its retrograde mode. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's going back, trying to find a way to heal and end a chapter of anything to do with past life wounds, childhood wounds, and Chiron being the wounded healer. Some of us are licking our wounds, trying to heal them, and in the process we are becoming the healers. Now, when Chiron moves back into Aries, this is a sign of the initiation. This is a brand new sign, a brand new cycle. And so we will be instigating healing, okay, healing through crisis, healing and becoming the warrior, pushing the energies through to bring on that healing or to become that healer. Did I mention Uranus at 29 degrees of Aries? Again, very explosive. Okay, very, very explosive. Now, one last thing that I wanted to say was that Mars, which will be moving into Pisces, Mars is the ruler of Aries, right? And Uranus being in Aries, it's like Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's funny, you know, having Mars in Aquarius at the last degrees. It's like it's as though they've swapped positions. So instead of Mars being where Uranus is where Mars would be, and so on and so forth. So this is a very interesting time because there is a sextile between the two, all right? And this is very interesting because it's very important when this happens. All right, so I think I will leave you at that. Thank you so much. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Sending you many wishes and many blessings. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye.